Hi, I'm Jayne Torvill.
And I'm Christopher Dean, and this is Showtime. 2025 was our final performance together after skating together for some 50 years, and it was an amazing experience for us. We were able to visit all the cities around the UK and then Australia just as a final farewell, and to be able to finish in our hometown in Nottingham, which was so special because that's obviously where we first took to the ice skating at that particular rink, the ice stadium at the time, and then finishing in this new beautiful arena. It was a complete circle for us.
When we competed, it was a different world altogether because as professional skaters, you're performing night after night, whereas in competition, you have 3 or 4 major events each year and you're working on 2 routines, and in those days, compulsory dances. So it was very different, but you had to be so focused and so disciplined. And I think what was good for us is that we had such a passion for skating that it wasn't hard work. The body got tired, but we just enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think for us, it was all about the preparation. It was all about getting to the event. And once we're at the event, it was showtime. You know, every time we went out on a practice session, it was as if we were doing the competition. And so I think that put us in good stead for consistency, let's say. That moment when you suddenly take your position and there's the silence and there's that 2 seconds, that is the longest 2 seconds. And you think in your head, will I move at the right time? Will everything start to click? So that's that moment, that little pause and that breath. Really, you have to focus and be in the zone.
I think in that moment, when you're waiting for the music to start, even though it's a short time, there's so many thoughts that go through your head. And one of them that I used to always have was maybe there's something wrong with the sound equipment, because we've seen that before, haven't they, where someone goes to start their program and the music doesn't come in, and then after a few seconds they start to look around, and I always had that thought, like, what if the music's gone wrong and it's not going to start, but then all of a sudden, boom, it starts, and you're just in that place then, aren't you?
Legacy, sustaining power.
I was going to say, we've been here a long time.
We were lovely and charmingly, and it was all wonderful when we came here because it's recognition. People still remember us from 40 plus years ago. And I think it's that sense of what we did with our Bolero. It was the heart and the passion that I think people tuned into, and the connection that we had. And so I think it's the passion for skating that we've presented over the years, and that we've been together for so long, that it shows that it forms a real bond over a lifetime.
I think when we performed Bolero at the Olympics, we thought we'd skated as well as we could, and then moving on from that, we wanted to turn professional. But we didn't realise that people wanted to see Bolero over and over again. So as professional skaters, we quickly realised that we had to keep performing Bolero in pretty much all of the shows.
Every time we skate.
Every time we did a show, they expected to see Bolero. So then it became like our best friend, really. It was just so special to us because it opened the doors for the future.
When you're choosing music, it's so important of what it says to you and what it says to the public. And I think Bolero as a piece of music is so identifiable and recognizable. And then the concept behind it, of the passion that went into it. We had this narrative that we were able to skate together. It was sort of like a Romeo and Juliet. And I think all of those things coming together really elevated it to the next level. And over the 4 years prior, we've been winning the World Championship. So certainly in the UK, we'd had this following, and now it was the climax to a competitive career at the Olympics. And being able to go out and win I think it sort of put it in the public psyche for many years to come. The difference is huge from then to now, obviously. All sports evolve. They get stronger, they get better, and it becomes different. And that's where we are today with certainly with ice dance anyway. And when we were watching the event, it's amazing to see the standard and the capabilities of all the skaters today.
We thoroughly enjoyed the final of the ice dance last night, and just to see some amazing skating, just the speed and the flow and the edges, and such a great high standard of technique.
What you saw at the end of the performances, everything that's gone to this point, some people's careers, this is going to be their last skate. You can see that emotion and that as they finish, that raw, the heart being ripped out almost in excitement, or in in some cases not so much. But I think you feel for the skaters as they've put their heart and soul and their life on the line for those final 4 minutes.
You can see what it means to them, as Chris said, with the emotion at the end. They're performing and they're all in control, and now all of a sudden it's
the release.
Yeah.
I think nowadays, all sporting events evolve, and there is more that can be incorporated. So I think it's certainly the competition's going the right way. You've got the music in the background when they're warming up. It engages the audience. You've got somebody that's talking to the audience in those moments. You see the kiss and cry and who's winning. So all of these are adding to the entertainment factor of coming to watch a skating event now. I would say for the younger skaters, to find the passion. Every day you go skating, some people say it can become a grind. I think you have to find little wins every time you're on the ice, and the little wins mount up to a success. So keep the passion.
I would say for the young skaters that to enjoy it, because the more you enjoy it and the more you have the passion for it, you'll want to get better all the time. And it takes a lot of hours and hard work to get to a certain level. But if you're enjoying it, it doesn't feel like hard work.